everyone, it's Jennifer, and thank you for joining me today. On my mat, I have some of those gorgeous Snowflake Obsidian chip beads from the Double Gemstones Beads of the Month from Adornable Elements. I also have some of these gorgeous little crystals that were part of the Crystals Companion Pack. And if you watched my previous video, I made a pair of earrings using the opal pendant hearts, and we have one more left. I have to find it. I put it away for another project, so we'll have to make sure I get that project done too. So we're going to use some of these Pacific opal rounds, and these are 4 millimeters, and they are Swarovski crystals. And we're going to go ahead and use all 12 in this project. We're also going to be using this gorgeous clasp. I love this clasp from toggle clasp from Delicas. I don't know why it was escaping my mind. From Delicas, and it's absolutely stunning. I love it. And that was from the Findings Companion Pack. So the Crystals Companion Pack and the Findings Companion Packs, these are add-ons for your Beads of the Month Club subscription. Also, if you are not a subscriber to one of the, I want to say there's 8 different options for the Beads of the Month Club. I know there's hot and trendy, there's the gemstones, there's a fire polish, there's the 11 seed beads, there's 2 hole beads, and there's another seed bead. So maybe there's only 6. I feel like there's more than that. I feel like I'm missing some. So be sure to check out the link in the description below. Also, if you're not a subscriber, you can use Bella 10, yes, Bella 10, that will give you 10% off of your first month subscription. So I am going to also put in the description the link to the unboxing for all of the beads that I got, and then also to the latest video making a pair of earrings. So now, what else do we have? We have some Extreme Flex, and this is from Soft Flex Company, and this is in the champagne color, which is like a gold. And I love using Soft Flex Company beading wire. It is, not only do they have a ton of other colors, but I do use them in my fine line. So I use the champagne for the gold, and then there's also a sterling silver that has the nylon coating. Let me grab that. I have it right here. There's a sterling silver Extreme Flex. And these are 49 strands, so they are extremely, extremely tough. What else? Oh, we're going to use some of Soft Flex Company's 2x2 crimp tubes. These gold ones are gold filled, and they are really, really, really good crimp tubes, and I use them in my fine line as well. And we're going to go ahead and use our magical crimpers. And if you've never seen the magical crimpers, you're in for a treat, because you'll look at these and go, there's only one well to go in there. How are you going to crimp? Well, I'm going to show you how to crimp using those. Now, as far as the design, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I did bring in some seed beads, and I love using, these are 11 seed beads, and I love using them for spacers. So we're going to go ahead, and I'm just going to put some down on the mat, and we will be using some of those in the design. Let's go ahead and pour out our chip beads. And what I love about these chip beads, again, this is the double. So I did get double the amount, but they are just absolutely stunning, gorgeous. Now, the clasp is actually going to go in the front. I want the clasp to be in the front because it is such a gorgeous, toggle, and I want that to go in the front. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to work from the spool, and I do this just so that I can minimize waste. I don't like to waste it all. Who does, right? But yeah, I just like to minimize waste, and I do that by just working from the spool. And there are times that when I know how much I'm going to need, and I will trim off, because sometimes when I'm doing my designs, I will start in the middle and work my way out, just like so. This one I'm not going to. It's going to be a little random because the size of the beads, of the little chips, are all a little different. And so I do know that I want to start off with a smaller one, only because I know this is where the clasp is going to go. And oh, I did bring in some wire guardians too. This wire is really, really good. It's, like I said, 49 strand, but on at the same time, I do want to protect it as much as I can. If this is going to be a gift, I just want to make sure that it's going to last a long time. I don't want to see it back. Well, I do, because I love it. It's going to be so pretty. But I don't want people to not have a good finish on their gifts, even, like I said, if I'm giving this as a gift. All right, so I am going to try and go about an inch or so. And I have windows open, so you're going to hear everything from outside. You might hear people walking by. You hear the sirens. Let's see here. There. Oh, I thought that was... Let's see where the hole is here. Well, we'll put that one off to the side. So I'll do that one off camera, use that one off camera. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring in, and this is about an inch here. So I am right there. I'm right at an inch. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add 2 seed beads. And who knows, I might change my mind and just do 1. But let's go ahead and do that. And I did not put a seed bead on the end here where it's going to go up against, because this crimp tube, you're going to see how it ends up looking like a bead. All right, so let's go ahead and thread on one of these guys. So you're going to hear music. Those are people driving by. They want us to hear their music. All right, so here we go there. So now let's go ahead, and I'm just going to continue moving on, and I'm going to actually probably keep you here for a while. Here's why. I want to talk to you about Beads of the Month Club. Beads of the Month Club is a monthly subscription, and you can, like I said, you can choose from a variety of different Beads of the Month Club. I have alternating, so I will alternate between fire polish Beads of the Month, and also fire polish and gemstones. Of course, that's what we're working on now. So we'll work on gemstone and fire polish. And I do know that they said, Adornable Elements has said, if you use my coupon code for the 10% off, they will put you on in your rotating schedule, they will put you on the same rotation as me. Okay, let's go ahead and we're going to add one more. And then we're going to add 2 seed beads. I just love using seed beads as spacers. I love using seed beads, period. I've become a little bit of a, I wouldn't call me a seed beader, but I'm very fascinated with it. And I really enjoy when I can work with it. And you've seen some of my videos where I've used seed beads using some John Bead products, and I love John Bead products. I have John Bead products in my Etsy shop, which I'm gonna do a video of what's in my shop. I don't normally talk about my shop, and I normally don't really, I guess I don't advertise it very much at all. I think the advertising I get is when I'm doing a live with Danielle Wicks, and our gorgeous, lovely moderator, Colleen, will sneak in my a link. So she will add links to our Etsy shops during those live events. I just realized we didn't have one in September. I think we were going to. I completely forgot about that. Oh my goodness. So I hope I know I didn't miss one of her lives. Okay, so we are just continuing to go down, and I'm probably going off camera. I have a new light. My other light started getting really dim, and so I had to get a new one, and I got one that it's one of the three, one of the ring lights. And I'm getting it so that I can have that light on when I'm doing lives, so that I don't have the big bright light in my face when I'm doing lives. But I like the big bright light. And speaking of live, and speaking of Softflex, have you registered for the Monster Mash? Monster Mash is Jesse James Beads and Softflex company, which Softflex we're using today. I will be one of the instructors on the first day. So excited. So excited. Now I'm just trying to make, wow, this would be a gorgeous bracelet. I might mix it up and do it as a brace. No, we're going to, no. We're not going to do that. I do that all the time where I change it up on you guys, and that's not fair. And so we're going to go ahead and continue on. Doing my 2 seed beads and my 1 Swarovski. Man, this is gorgeous. So it is Sunday morning, and that's why we have the windows all open. And what is Sunday? Well, Sunday is fun day with Little Miss Rain. Little Miss Rain is our 3-year-old granddaughter, and our daughter and son-in-law both work on Sundays. She is self-employed. She's an esthetician, and she's the one that actually got me into doing the fine line part of jewelry. And our son-in-law works in law enforcement, so he is working today, she is working today, and then we get Little Miss Rain. Well, as some of you might know, I fell ill a couple weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, and isolated from the rest of the family. And that meant no beading, no recording. There was nothing. Nothing was happening in my studio except the husband coming in and opening up the windows to let this fun, fresh air come through. And so I am about, I don't know, I guess a week behind or so on videos. It's October 1st, and I should have already had my unboxing, and I try to do at least 2 to 3 videos using the box, this subscription, just because I get double. So I'll get double fire polish for the month of October. So I try to do at least an unboxing and a few demos. And I do that because some of you might have used my coupon code and got yourself a subscription, right? And so I want to be able to provide you with some ideas, inspiration, or just ideas, inspiration. If you're not a subscriber for Beads of the Month Club, Go check them out. Like I said, it's absolutely incredible. And there are times where you can order later in the month and actually get the same box that I am using. And you can find out from them by emailing. Just go ahead and email Adornable Elements. They have an amazing, amazing, amazing customer service. Oops, let's get the 2 on here. They have amazing customer service. And yeah, also too, if you just are not into the gemstones or the fire polish and you like the hot and trendy or the 2-hole bead, check over at, oh man, I always mix this up too. Is it Orchid and Opal or Opal and Orchid? Gina over at on her YouTube channel. I'll put a link to her YouTube channel in the description. And also check out Teresa from Teresa's Handmade Jewelry. I have her YouTube channel in the description already. And then I will go ahead and add in Gina's as well. You probably know about her. She's got tons and tons and tons of subscribers on her channel. She has a very active channel. So if you, with this said, if you decided that, well, I don't want a necklace because I want to show off the beads, then go ahead and make this into a bracelet. Bracelet would be just perfectly fine. And the reason why I keep on tossing these off to the side is just because I'm keeping you on, I'm keeping you rolling here while I'm doing this, and I don't want you to have to sit through all of my struggles, though you are, while I ramble, but I like to ramble about, there are holes in all of these, I promise you. I just am not wanting to fight it. So yeah, so you'll see me struggle with trying to find this because I just do. These beads are absolutely stunning. I love them all. I'm probably totally moving. I always move my mat when I am beading, and then I don't realize that I'm off camera until after I am all done and I have my project all done, and I go to edit it and I can see that, oh man, I did not, I was totally off camera. So sometimes if it's a project where it's just maybe some simple wire wrapping, I will redo it, but sometimes I won't. And I will just add a little note saying, hey, sorry, I'm off camera. And it happens to the best of us. And I sometimes, oh man, there was one that I did. So stunning, so stunning, so stunning. It was a stunning, stunning, stunning bracelet that I made. And I was using some silver silk and some silver silk pipe chain, and one of my, I think it was the Appetite Beads of the Month Club. And I had done this whole big, gorgeous, 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 gorgeous bracelet using all of these fun beads. And oh my goodness, I got to the end and I just realized that I was totally off camera and I couldn't redo it again. It was just going to be too much. And so I ended up just sharing the picture. All right, so I'm going to want this to be about 16 inches. So that means I'm going to want about 15 inches of length here. because I'm taking into consideration, I'm just scooching it all down. I'm just taking into consideration the crimps and the toggle. And if you wanted to add something extra to the end on the toggle, that would be really pretty too. But I am just going to leave it as is. And it's just going to be stacked with a paper clip gold-filled chain. And going to be absolutely pretty. These crystals are amazing. All right. So we're just going to keep on going here. And sometimes when I put a bead on, or like one of the chips, and if it doesn't sit, if I don't like how it sits up against the other bead, then you'll see me just kind of pull it off. And that's why. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just, maybe I was looking for something different. Okay. And sometimes I just want maybe a little bit of a bigger one next to a smaller one. So it's just preference. There's no right or wrong way to do this. I just kind of sometimes just wing it. And let's go ahead and add one more here. Okay, let's go ahead and add 2 more seed beads. And again, I'm using the seed beads as spacers. Great way to use your seed beads too, if you're not bead weaving with them. Okay, I am loving these colors together. And I really love the earrings with the little heart pendants. They were really, really cute. I wasn't sure if the colors were going to go together. I am more of I don't mix colors. This is totally and completely out of the norm for me. If any of you have watched my prior videos, you'll know that I am not, I'm colorful, but I try to stick with the same colors. And so I don't always change it up like I'm doing here and with my other project. So, and that's what I try to do. I try to go outside of my normal habitual type projects so that I can give some sort of substance, some I don't know, maybe some, not flexibility, but some alternate ways of using your beads. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue on here. And let's see, what else can we talk about? Well, so since it's October 1st right now, I'm going to be having another box coming. So then we're just going to swing right into unboxing month again, or that time of the month where it's unboxing. And we will go from there. I'm going to have a couple of different little videos. And actually, I might just put, I actually had a company reach out to me, and it's a beauty product. So we will see how that goes, and I will include that in my next video. And I'm going to include it in the next video because my next video is going to be, or one of my next videos is going to be a video of sharing, like I said, everything that I have, not everything, but an idea of what I have in my Etsy shop. I have some really, really, really cool stuff. Okay, let's see how this is. Nope, we're gonna go one more. And then I will tell you what the length is of this when I'm done. And I'm trying to do about an inch in between. I'm trying to do about an inch of the chip beads. And the reason why, so why did you want to do just about an inch? Well, because I knew that I had so many of these beads and I didn't want to run out. Oops, And I can very easily, I'm going to have one left over, so I can very easily add that as a little dangle. Excuse me, I can add that as a little bit of a dangle. I'm always so excited at the beginning of the month for all of the subscription boxes to start coming flooding through. This one is one of my favorites. I love this one. Okay, we are continuing on, and this is the last segment that we're going to do. So if you stuck it out with me this whole time, that is impressive. You can hear me ramble. Actually, I usually am very uncomfortable about talking and rambling on. I don't like awkward silence. Oh, this is perfect. Okay, so this is about 8 inches. So there's 8, 16. So I have about 17 inches of this here. Okay, so now what we're going to do, I'm still working from the spool, but what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead now and attach our hardware, our findings on the end. I am going to go ahead and use a wire guardian. You don't have to if you don't want to. Again, you know, this can be worn in the front or the back of your neck, so you don't have to have it with the wire guard if you want to have this be in the front. I don't mind the wire guard being in the front. I don't mind it. It's fine. All right, so now I don't want my wires to be crossing, and this is where the difference comes in. And also too, I am going to bring in my standard crimper, and here's why. I like to bring my wire guard ends together because I feel like it just, I don't know, makes it a little clean. And I also am going to trim off a little bit of this, and you'll see why. Sometimes with the magical crimpers, if you're new to crimping with the magical crimpers, you might want to do this. This is just a little trick to help you out. But what I like to do is I like to add a third wire. Again, you do not have to. It is secure just as it is with the 2 wires going through. But I don't know, I just like to. I always have. And I think it's because that's how I learned. And yeah. All right. So here's the magical crimper. You have the one well. Okay. So you have the one well. And now what you're going to do is, again, this only works with the 2x2 crimp tubes. You're going to go ahead and get that out of your way. You're going to add your crimp bead in there, or your crimp tube. You're going to place that in the middle. You're going to go ahead and give it a little bit of squeeze. And when you give it a little bit of a squeeze, then you go ahead and you pinch in the 4 corners. When you pinch in the 4 corners, now you start kind of going around here. Just keep on going around. Make sure you're in the center there. And when you stop feeling the tension, then you're done. And look, you have this gorgeous bead-like finish. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and come in and trim off those ends. And then I'm going to trim off this end as well. Okay. This was part of the extra. Okay, because we're going to use it on the other side. Okay, so now let's go ahead and bring all of this down to the end. We don't have anything to add. Sometimes if you're sizing stuff, you'll have to add something over on the other end. We don't have to. I'm just going to bring those down. And I'm going to do this just like so that I know that I'm not going to be like too stiff. Okay, go ahead and trim that off. So if you're not working from the spool, that was probably, let's see, so I said it was about 17, so it's probably around 18, maybe 22 inches, giving about 4 inches on each side. Okay, so let's go ahead and crimp tube, wire guardian, and then go ahead and pass through. And this is why I'm not so worried about having waste, is because I can use it. I can still use it. Okay, so now let's go ahead, even though I just grabbed some, but I grabbed some because I didn't have any readily available. I just put this in the front well, and I usually do, but I didn't this time. Okay, so now let's go ahead and add that third piece. Again, it is okay if you don't do this. For me, I just like doing it because I feel like I have less mess ups when I add that third wire. Okay, so now let's go ahead and get that pulled, and we have this, and it's nice and flowy. We like it to be flowy. And then let's go ahead and get that guy right in the middle and crimp down. And when you crimp down, you form like a square. Okay, and then now I'm going to start turning things around. And now going around and going around. Make sure you don't crimp on your beads. And just keep going around until you get that bead-like finish. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and get these trimmed off. And I have a nice good piece for making a third wire. Okay, and let's go ahead and get trimmed off as much as we can. Now, you can add jump rings in between if you want. I didn't, just because I know that this is going to fit through okay, because that's where you would want to be a little careful. But there we go. There we have our necklace using our gemstone chips from the Double Gemstone Beads of the Month Club. This is the Snowflake Obsidian, and we used some of the chips. Quite a few, because this is all I have now. So this is all I have, and I can make probably a pair of earrings or do something fun with those. Or make a pendant for another project, but this is what we have. Isn't that pretty? And then you can either have this go in the back so that this is the front, or you can show off that gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous tiara cast toggle clasp. So please give this video a huge thumbs up if you like it. Please do comment. I love to see what everybody has to say, and subscribe. Don't forget to use Bella10 on your first month's subscription to Beads of the Month. And until next time, have a good one.